Hi guys, so today's video we're going to look at how to work the floor to ceiling ball, or how to use the floor to ceiling ball and what its uses are and sort of its benefits, I suppose. The thing about the floor to ceiling ball that I like compared to a punch bag is that it's a moving target. So again, it gives you something a bit more realistic. The heavy bags, that you can hit them in your sleep. You could be blindfolded, hit it, throw punches out, and you will never miss a punch. But floor to ceiling ball is completely different, and that's why I like to use the floor to ceiling ball a lot. I still use the heavy bag every session. I still always use this every session. I use them for different things, but they're both very important in their own way. I feel that with the floor to ceiling ball, again, one, it's a bit more realistic. It helps reflexes, reaction time, speed, accuracy, stuff like that. The heavy bag obviously is developing power, conditioning, as well as other things as well. But the floor to ceiling ball is a really enjoyable piece of kit. With the floor to ceiling ball, this one here is a little bit low for me. Really, you want it positioned sort of similar height to you. But again, if I'm in a boxing stance a little bit more crouched, then I could be fighting a smaller opponent as well. So we've got other ones that are bigger up and taller, but again, you've got elastics here that you can change the length and height on it. So I think the first thing with a floor to ceiling ball, what you want to try and do, again, like anything, especially in a fight, you want to establish your jab. In a spar, you want to establish your jab early. And the same thing with the floor to ceiling ball. Once you get your jab going, once you get your range and your timing with your jab, the other shots will sort of come off of them. So for me, I always like to just be working around it first, taking my time, just working the jab. Just nice and relaxed with it. Not trying to hit it too hard, just staying relaxed. Trying to use my head movement as well. Just trying to be relaxed. Just staying relaxed. Nice and loose. Then what I'll do, once I get into sort of more of a rhythm with my jab, and my jab starts to connect, then I'll just focus on straight shots only at the start. You see, sometimes you won't always hit every shot, and that's what I like about the floor to ceiling ball. But it's more realistic, and also I might have missed a couple then, but then you start to get your timing and your range on it, and then it starts to connect. So once I've got that timing with my straight shots, then what I'll do is I'll try and start throwing in a few hooks here and there. Again, sometimes they'll connect clean, other times they might not, but that's like boxing. You're not going to land every shot clean. Sometimes you have to make them adjustments and come again. So once I've started to get my straight shots, my hooks, and my hooks off, I'll start bringing in some uppercuts, and then also I'll look at sort of double phasing. So what I mean with like a double phase is I don't want to it's two phases of attack. So say, for instance, 1, 2, that's one phase. I take that little step, double jab back, and there's my second phase. So what I'm going to start to do is try and bring in some 2 and 3 phases even. Now I've got all my shot selections, my straight shots, my hooks, my uppercuts. I can start to let my hands flow, relax on it. So guys, as you can see, each stage of what I was doing, I was progressing. So I wasn't just trying to go up to it first time out, flying it in. I'm trying to build it bit by bit. So again, getting my jab going. And remember, if you're a real beginner to this, don't even worry about anything at the time. Don't even worry about your feet moving or your head moving. Just start getting this going. Just building a good habit of sort of jabbing out, bringing it back to where it needs to come. Then you start getting quicker. Then you move around, jab. Move around, jab. Take a step up, jab. Move around, double jab next. You'll start to build the timing, the speed, and the reactions and reflexes. And it's, I always say with the floor to ceiling ball, it's a little bit like skipping. When you first go to a boxing gym, you start skipping. You can't. It feels unnatural. You don't know what to do. You're jumping too high. And then all of a sudden, you start to just adjust simple little things like where your hands are held, where bringing your hands in closer, not out wide and not too high. As you hear that noise on the floor of the skipping rope, you take them little jumps instead of jumps up here. And it's the same with the floor to ceiling ball. The more you use it, the better you get with it. And it's just about staying consistent on it. Use it every session. Try and use it at least 2-3 times a week. Yeah, especially like when I'm boxing, when I'm training every day, I'll come on the heavy bags, but I always go on this. Yeah, and again, you'll just get sharper and sharper with it. But persist with it. Don't give up. A lot of times when I used to box as an amateur, going to an amateur gym, no one used to go on this. And the one reason they never used to really go on this is because if they weren't confident on it, they would come up to it, or they missed a little bit. Oh, look around, make sure that no one saw them. They don't want to look stupid. They have another go, miss a little bit. Do you know what? I'm going to go on the heavy bag where it's safe. Come out of your comfort zone. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you might look silly on it for a first week, but who's it silly to? No one. No one cares. Everyone's in the gym, boxing gym especially, trying to train to get better. Yeah, and everyone starts somewhere. Okay. So go on there, make yourself be uncomfortable with it, learn how to do it, and then trust me, it will really help in your sparring and when you box.